power versus precision. One is a symbol of raw thrust and agility, Russia's Su-35 Flanker E, a descendant of Cold War dominance. The other, sleek, stealthy, and new, South Korea's KF-21 Boramae, born from cutting-edge collaboration and digital engineering. In today's world where air superiority defines the balance of power, these two aircraft represent two philosophies of aerial warfare: brute performance versus technological refinement. Welcome to World Power Projection, where we break down the weapons shaping tomorrow's skies. This is the KF-21 vs Su-35 Showdown, power versus precision. The Su-35 is the apex of Russia's flanker lineage, a heavily upgraded variant of the Su-27. It first flew in 2008, designed to dominate air combat through super maneuverability, range, and raw power. It can pull over 9 Gs, hit speeds above Mach 2.25, and is powered by two Saturn AL-41F1S engines, each producing 31,900 pounds of thrust with afterburner. It's a monster, agile, intimidating, and proven in combat over Syria and Ukraine. On the other hand, the KF-21 Boramae represents South Korea's coming of age in military aviation. Developed with significant help from Indonesia and technology inputs from the US, it's not a full stealth aircraft, but it's built to evolve into one. The KF-21 aims to bridge the gap between 4.5th and 5th generation fighters, combining modern sensors, radar cross-section reduction, and electronic warfare systems with cost efficiency. The Su-35 and KF-21 differ as much in design as in doctrine. The Su-35 embodies the Russian school of air dominance. Big airframe, powerful engines, and agility at all costs. Its thrust-vectoring nozzles allow it to perform maneuvers like the Cobra, Colbit, and other impossible stunts that can outturn missiles, at least for short bursts. Its massive wings and internal fuel load give it an operational range of nearly 3,600 kilometers. The KF-21, in contrast, is smaller, lighter, and smarter. Its airframe borrows stealth geometry cues from the F-22 and F-35, featuring edge alignment, radar-absorbent coatings, and concealed weapon bays in later variants. It's about sensor fusion, not brute force, using data, electronic warfare, and precision engagement to neutralize threats before they even see it coming. Where the Su-35 relies on the pilot's skill and aircraft performance, the KF-21 depends on situational awareness. The Su-35 carries the Urbis E radar, a powerful but older mechanically scanned array with a detection range of up to 400 kilometers for large targets. However, it lacks low probability of intercept, meaning stealth jets can pick it up first. The KF-21 uses an indigenous AESA radar developed by Hanwha Systems and the Agency for Defense Development, ADD. It can track multiple targets simultaneously, resist jamming, and integrate seamlessly with electronic warfare pods. The cockpit of the KF-21 is fully digital, similar to the F-35's glass cockpit, featuring a large panoramic touchscreen and helmet-mounted display for pilot targeting and awareness. In contrast, the SU-35, while advanced for its time, still blends analog backup systems with a hybrid digital interface. Its strength lies in robustness, less dependent on satellite integration and data links. But that comes at a cost to networked warfare capability. Now let's talk about teeth, the weapons. The Su-35 carries a staggering payload, up to 8 tons of armament on 12 hardpoints. From R-77 and R-73 air-to-air missiles, to KH-31 anti-ship missiles, to precision-guided bombs, it's a multi-role powerhouse. Its 30mm GSH-31 cannon, mounted internally, remains a deadly close-range weapon. And in beyond visual range, BVR combat, it can engage enemies up to 200 kilometers away. The KF-21, meanwhile, currently carries MBDA Meteor missiles, AIM-120 AMRAAMs, and AIM-9X Sidewinders, some of the most advanced Western air-to-air munitions available. It's also designed to eventually integrate indigenous Korean long-range missiles for air superiority and strike missions. Though its maximum payload is slightly lower, at about 7.7 tons on 10 hardpoints, its precision and integration with Western systems make it lethal in modern networked warfare. The Su-35's Kibini-M electronic countermeasure suite provides solid protection against radar-guided missiles, but it's largely defensive and manually tuned. The KF-21, however, leverages next-generation electronic warfare systems capable of automatic frequency hopping active jamming, and decoy deployment. Its stealth shaping and radar-absorbent materials further reduce detectability, giving it a first look, first shot, first kill advantage. In air combat, that means the KF-21 might see the Su-35 first, while the Su-35 would have to rely on infrared search and tracking, IRST systems to locate it visually. A difficult task in modern combat environments. Beyond technology, these aircraft symbolize two strategic visions. For Russia, the Su-35 represents export power and independence from Western systems. It's combat-tested, rugged, and has been deployed in Syria, Ukraine, and exported to nations like Egypt, China, and Indonesia, though some deals have stalled due to sanctions. For South Korea, the KF-21 is a statement of autonomy. The nation's leap from being an importer to a global defense innovator. Seoul's vision is not just to defend its skies, but to compete with Western and Russian platforms in global defense markets. As Asia's arms race heats up, the KF-21 gives South Korea a strategic edge in a region dominated by China and Japan's advanced fleets. Meanwhile, Russia continues pushing Su-35 exports as a counterbalance to Western influence. So, who wins? The Su-35 wins in raw performance. It's faster, climbs higher, and can outmaneuver almost anything in a close dogfight. But air combat isn't just about agility anymore. Modern warfare is about information dominance, detecting, tracking, and striking before the enemy even locks on. That's where the KF-21 excels: precision, stealth shaping, and integration. Its AESA radar, data link compatibility, and future-proof design make it a smarter platform for modern multi-domain warfare. In a long-range BVR fight, the KF-21 likely has the upper hand. In a visual dogfight, the Su-35's super maneuverability could turn the tables. It's truly a battle of philosophies, East versus East, old guard versus new generation. Whether you side with raw power or surgical precision, one thing is certain: both these aircraft mark defining moments in their nation's aerospace evolution. If you enjoyed this in-depth breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to World Power Projection, and join us as we continue exploring the front lines of global air power. Because understanding these machines isn't just about technology, it's about understanding how nations project power